Good morning and Namaste. I am Susheal and you're watching my YouTube channel. We are going to work on arms and core today with the help of a vinyasa flow leading us to crow pose. If you're a beginner, I would recommend to practice other videos because this can be quite challenging, but you can take up the challenge and try this also. So let's get started. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position, hands resting on the thighs, eyes gently closed. You can bring your index finger and the thumb together in Jnana Mudra. Before we begin the practice, there's an important principle of yoga philosophy which is called ahimsa, non-violence. It's very important to remember this principle whenever you are pushing yourself a little outside your limits. Make sure you're doing it safely and with complete kindness and compassion towards yourself. And for any reason you're not able to do it, it's absolutely fine. You can always work on it and take little steps towards it. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Listening to the sound of your breath, listening to the sounds around you. Here in Bali, I can listen to, mostly at this point of time, early in the morning, the chicken is shouting out loud to wake us all up. And there's sound of other birds around. All the perks of living around nature. And bring your hands together to your heart center with an intention of good health. And reminding yourself about ahimsa, non-violence again. We'll chant Om 3 times. Breathe in. Bow your head down in gratitude and gently open your eyes. We're going to begin the practice. You can either stay here in cross-legged position or you can bring your legs into Gomukhasana legs. So we're going to bring the left leg down and the right leg on the top. It is helping us to open our hips. If this is quite challenging, you can choose the previous option. Now, from here, inhale, raise your hands up, interlock your fingers, turn your palms up, give yourself a nice stretch, awakening stretch. Exhale, take your right hand down and give a nice stretch in the side body. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, left hand down and stretch. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale to the left. One more time on the right side. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale onto the right side. Stay here for 1. Notice the expansion on the left side of the torso. As you breathe in, notice the space you're creating between your ribs. Nice and long inhalation, bringing all the positivity. And the exhalation, releasing all that which is not needed, all the toxins. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale and twist onto your right side. Take your right hand to the back, left hand onto the right knee. Turn and stay here for 1. Slow and steady breathing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, hold your opposite elbows, lift your chest up. Stay here for 1. Keep pushing your chest forward and elbows back. 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing your knees and the hips down. 4 and 5. Release your hands and go down to a forward bend for a moment. And inhale, come back up. Now we're going to change the legs. The left leg comes onto the top, right leg down. If you're doing crossing of the legs, bring the other leg in the front. Sit comfortably. Inhale, raise your hands up, interlock your fingers, turn your palms up, and give yourself a nice stretch. And as you exhale, take your right hand down, left hand up into a stretch. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, stretch onto the left side. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale onto your right. Inhale up. Exhale onto your left. Inhale up. Exhale onto your right side. Inhale up one last time. Exhale onto the left side. Stay here on the left side for 1. Slow breathing. Previously we held the 5 breaths on the right side, this time on the left side. 2. You may even go onto the forearm if possible, going deeper into the stretch. Also notice the stretch around the hip here. 4 and 5. Inhale to raise up. Exhale and twist onto your left side. Take your left hand back and hold the left knee with your right hand. Turn. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, raise your hands up. Hold your opposite elbows, lift your chest up. Stay here for a breath. Slow inhalation, slow exhalation. Keep pushing your chest forward, elbows up. And as you exhale, bring your hands down and bend forward. Inhale to come up. Now, you're going to release your legs and lie down onto your back. Bend both your knees and hug your legs to the chest into Pavan Muktasana. Optional, you can lift your head up. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your head down, release your legs. Now lift your right leg up and hold the back of the thigh. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, see if you can bring the leg a little more closer towards you. Stay here for 1. If you're able to stretch a little more, you can hold the calf muscle or your foot. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Now lift your left leg up. Hold the back of the thigh. Take a breath. Notice the resistance where the body is stopping. Where is your limit? Breathe into that resistance. You can take your hand higher if you can. And as you keep breathing into the resistance, you will notice that you will be able to go a little further into the stretch as you relax. 1 more breath and release. Now you're going to take your hands underneath your buttocks and lift both your legs up. We're going to do leg raises, working on the core. Take your legs down and lift up. 1. You can keep your knees a little bent if there's any discomfort in the lower back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, strengthening our core. 13, 14, 15, maybe 5 more. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Keep the leg up in 90 degrees for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your legs halfway and stay here for 1, 2, 3. I know it gets challenging. 4 and 5. Bend your knees, feet down, release your hands. Take a breath. And slowly breathe out. We will go for round number 2. Hands underneath. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. We'll go for round number 2. Let's get ready. Legs up. And take your legs down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Stay here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Halfway. 1. You can do it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Take a breath in and breathe out. Now we're going to do one last time. This time you can repeat the same leg raises, or you can, instead of lifting the leg up, lift the upper body and go into a forward bend. So we're going to take the hands to the back, breathe in, and breathe out, bend forward, touch your feet. We're going to do this 10 times. If you're doing leg raises, you do about 15 to 20 times. Okay, let's get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One last time. And 10. Bend forward. Hold your feet. Those who were doing leg raises can also come up, go into a forward bend. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale and release your hands down. Now come on to all fours, onto your hands, onto your knees. Wrist, shoulder in the same line, knees and the hips in the same line. Start moving in cat and cow. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale and round. Inhale to arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale and round. 3 more times. Inhale, arch. Exhale and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale and round. Come back to neutral spine. Hands slightly forward. Tuck your toes in. Lift your knees up. Push your hips back and up into downward facing dog. If you have any stiffness in the lower back, you can keep your knees bent. You can also move your heels up and down. You can move your hips, giving a nice stretch for 1, creating length in your spine, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to move forward into plank. Exhale, bring your knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale up into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose or a baby cobra. Exhale, push your hips back and up into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat this 2 more times. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down to the floor. Inhale up into cobra pose. Exhale and back into downward facing dog. One more. Inhale forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down to the floor. Inhale up into cobra pose. Stay in cobra pose for 1. Slow breathing, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Push your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Bring your back knee down to the floor. Hands onto the hips. Push your hips forward and back. Draw your elbows close to each other so your chest is open. The muscles in the back contract and strengthen. Push your hips 2 more times, forward and back. One last time, push the hips forward. Draw your elbows together, lift the chest up. If possible, look up towards the sky. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, release, bring your hands down to the floor. Inhale, take your legs back into plank. Exhale, knees, chest into the floor. Inhale, up into cobra pose. Exhale and back into downward facing dog on the left side now. Inhale to lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward, back knee down to the floor. Hands onto the hips. If you feel there's any discomfort in your knees, you can always use a cushion, a towel, a knee pad. Push your hips forward and back. Hips forward, feel the stretch and back. Hips forward and back. One last time, push your hips forward. Elbows close up, chest up, head up, optional. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release, bring your hands down to the floor. Take your legs back into downward facing dog this time. Keep pushing your hips back and up. Bend the knees, optional. Stay here for 1. Lengthen your spine, 2. Strengthening your arms, 3, 4. Look towards your knees. And 5. Now bring your feet wider, as wide as your mat. Walk your hands towards your feet. Come into a forward. Then you can hold your opposite elbows or you can bend your knees. Choose your option. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Walk your hands forward. Come into a downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward. Bring your back knee down to the floor and hands together to your heart center. Now bring your left elbow outside your right knee and twist. Press your front foot firm, stabilizing your legs. Stay here for 1. Slow breathing every time you twist, reminding you to release. To make yourself light, releasing all the burden. Breathe in, come out of the pose, hands down to the floor. And now get your right leg straight. Move your leg slightly forward, push your right heel down and the toes up. Into the half split, we're going to move, bend the knee and straighten the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stay here. Slowing down your breath. Try to bring your abdomen close to the thigh rather than rounding your spine. Try to create length. If possible, you can also hold your right foot with your left hand, the inner arch of your right foot, and pull yourself down. Going into nice stretch and remembering the concept of ahimsa philosophy, the non-violence. Not pushing yourself too hard that you can land into injury. Now slowly come up, release, bend the knee, take your legs back into plank. Bring your knees down, chest and chin down. Inhale up into cobra pose. Exhale, push your hips back and up. On the left side, inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your foot forward, bring the back knee down to the floor. Hands together to your heart center, twist onto your left side. Turn, look towards your left shoulder, stay here for 5. Soft breathing. Pressing your hands firmly into each other. 2 more breaths here. And release as you inhale. Exhale, get your left leg straight, hands firm. You can also use blocks if your hand's not reaching down. Now bend your knee and straighten. 1, 2, slow breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Stay here for 1, 2. You can also hold your left foot, the inner arch, with your right hand. Stretching your left hamstring muscle. Staying here for 1 more breath. And slowly release. Lift up, bend the knee, take your legs back into downward facing dog. Keep pushing your hips back and up. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step your feet slightly wider, walk your hands towards your feet, come into a forward bend. You can hold your opposite elbows like you did last time, or hold your ankles, a little length in the spine, and then bend forward, going deeper into your forward bend. Forward bends help a lot to go into arm balances, especially the crow pose. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Walk your hands to the front, come into a plank this time. Lower down, either you can go down into knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale and downward facing dog. Now step your feet forward, come into a forward bend. Now inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, hands together to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in and slowly breathe out. Inhale to raise your hands up. Exhale and bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, or you may even jump back. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. If not, knees support. Inhale up, into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay here for 1, 2, keep looking towards your knees. 3, 4, and 5. Bend your knees and step or jump into half forward bend. Exhale, full forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands together to your heart center. Inhale, raise your hands up, round number 2. Exhale, bend forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale and back. Stay here in your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Look forward, bend your knees. Inhale to step or jump into half forward bend. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, Samasthiti. We're going to do one last time. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale and bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale and back. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing the hips higher, and 5. Bend the knees, look forward. Inhale, step or jump into half forward bend. Exhale, full forward bend. Now inhale to come into chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands together and twist onto your right side. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist onto your left. Inhale back to the center. Exhale and bend forward. Now step your right foot back for pyramid pose. Front leg straight, back leg straight. Take a moment. Now walk your hands forward as far as you can. Keep pushing your hips back, hands forward. Stay here for 1 in your pyramid pose, Parshvottanasana. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll go into the twist. Press your right hand down. Lift your left hand up into a twist. Stay here for 1. You can look to the front or look towards the sky. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, bring your hands down and step your back leg forward. Come into a forward bend. Inhale, bend your knees into a chair pose. Exhale, hands to your heart center and twist onto your right side. This time you can open your hands or stay with your hands together to your heart center. Inhale to the center. Exhale, twist onto the left. Hands together or open your hands. Inhale to the center. Exhale, hands down to the floor. This time step your left leg back for pyramid pose, about 3 feet behind. Take a breath. And as you breathe out, reach down and hands to the front. For any reason this is not possible, you can bend your knee a little or don't take your hand so further ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go into the twist. Left hand down and the right hand up into Parivrita Trikonasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Both the hands down. Take your legs back into plank. Chaturanga or take your knee support. Lower down. Inhale up into Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Exhale into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. Now walk your hands towards your feet slightly apart, and bend your knees. Press your hands firm. We are going to do the crow pose. Usually we do the knee on the tricep, but you can bring your inner thighs onto your triceps. If you feel it is challenging, if your knee is sliding off, it requires a little more strength. So you can do this and lift your feet up, or you can even do seesaw or knees onto the tricep. Look slightly ahead of you. Lift one foot and the other foot. If you're able to balance already, stay, hold. The more you hold, the stronger you become. 1. Very good. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring your feet down. Go into a forward bend. Stay here in your forward bend for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll prepare and practice the crow pose again. Knees onto your tricep, or inner thighs onto your triceps, onto your arms. Lift one foot, other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This time come down into a squat. Take a breath in and slowly breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now walk your hands to the front, go into downward facing dog. Stay in your downward facing dog, looking towards your knees for 5 to 10 breaths. Downward facing dog is the best pose to safely develop your arm strength. The strength in your upper body, length in your spine, stretch in your lower body. Slow down your breathing, watch your breath. Not always running, moving faster. Sometimes it's good to take a break in your yoga class or in life. Bring your knees down to the floor, a little wider. Take a small break in child's pose. From child's pose, we're going to move into all fours. Coming onto your hands, onto your knees, we're going to do side plank on the forearm. So bring your right forearm down, parallel to the short side of the mat. Press with your left hand and get your legs straight. Turn towards the left. You can have your feet on top of each other or spread your legs and lift your left hand up. You can also place it onto your hip and lift your hips up. Stay here for 1, 2, keep pushing, 3, 4, and 5. Come down. You can directly go on to the other side or bring your knees down. Take a little rest. And left hand down, right hand up, hips up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come down. We'll do the second round. This time we'll try to do a little variation, or you can repeat the first option itself. Right forearm down. Turn your feet to the left and lift up. Option 1, like the previous one. Option 2, you're going to bend your left knee and place it in a tree pose. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring that smile on your face. And 5. Left hand down. Right hand up. Option 1 or option 2, the tree pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come down. Onto your knees, sit down. Roll your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take your hands to the back, interlock your fingers, and bend forward as you lift your hands higher. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to lift up. Exhale and release. We're going to do one last time with a little more variation. Right forearm down. Turn your feet to the left side. You can stay in option 1, option 2, or this time you're going to grab hold of your big toe and lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On the other side. Left forearm down. Turn your feet to the right side. Option 1, option 2, option 3. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come down. Onto your knees. Take a breath. Take your knees slightly back. Walk your hands forward. We're going into the puppy pose, Anahatasana. Pushing your chest down towards the floor. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now come up and sit down with your legs stretched out. Take a breath in and slowly breathe out. Bend your right knee and hold your foot. For Kraunchasana, lift your foot up and get the leg straight. Take a moment if you need any adjustments. Slow down your breathing and try to go deeper into your stretch safely without harming yourself. Remember, we are doing the yoga practice for our good, not to do something bad to ourselves. Now you're going to hold the right foot with your left hand, the outer edge of your right foot, and bring your right hand to the back into a twist. Stay here for 1. Keep your chest lifted up. 2. Left leg active. 3. Very good. 4. And 5. Release and get the leg down. We'll do it on the left side. Bend the left knee and hold your foot. Inhale and lift the leg up. Keep your spine nice and long. If you have to choose between keeping the spine long or the leg straight, you always choose spine. The knee can be bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go into the twist. Hold your left foot with your right hand, the outer edge of your left foot, and send the left hand back. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Take a breath. Now Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale and reach forward. Hold your feet and bend. Take a nice deep breath in Lengthen your spine and reach down. 1. Soften your face. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, raise your hands up. Exhale, place your hands to the back. Press and lift up into Purvattanasana. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly lower down. Now bend your knees and lift up into boat pose, Navasana. Knees can be bent or legs straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower down, take a breath. Round number 2. Round number 2, you can repeat the same option, or you can hold your feet and lift up, either knees bent or the legs straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bend your knees, bring your feet together, and bring your knees to the side. It's quite warm here right now in Bali. Wrap your hands around, and elsewhere it's getting colder. In Europe, in India, keep moving your knees up and down in butterfly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to lift your chest up. Exhale, bend forward and down. Stay here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale to come up. Exhale and release. Now we'll do Gomukhasana, the cow face pose. So I'm going to turn and face you. The left leg down like we did in the beginning of the class, right leg on the top. You can lift yourself up, adjust, and try to bring the knees in line. If not, you can have your hips open. Now we're going to lift the opposite hand. So I have my right leg on the top, left hand will go up, leg cannot. Bend and then take the other hand from down. If you're not able to reach, you can grab hold of a towel or a strap and hold. Or you can hold on to your shirt. Eyes closed, Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Slow down your breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your hands. We're going to do it on the other side. Right leg down, left leg on the top. Once you're comfortable with your legs, lift your opposite hand, the right hand. Bend your elbow, take your left hand from below, grab hold of your fingers, lift your chest up, and stay here in Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Eyes closed, soft breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release your hands and take a breath. Now we will do an inversion headstand. If you're not able to do headstand, you can do the dolphin pose without lifting the legs up. We're going to measure the distance between the elbows. Interlock the fingers. Place the crown of the head down so that the neck is nice and long. Lift your knees up. Walk your feet forward. If you're not able to do headstand, you're going to stay here. If you want to use a wall, you can go close to the wall. Now lift your hips up, bend one knee, bend the other knee. You can stay here or you can lift up. Stay here in your Shirsasana headstand. 1, or the dolphin pose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gently bend your knees and come down. Release your hands, relax in child's pose. Balasana, a very good pose to relax, to release. Let your neck relax, your spine, your back. Now slowly come up and lie down onto your back. Hug your legs to the chest. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out to lift your head up. Bring your head down and let go of your left leg. Keep your right knee bent and bring your right knee to the left side into a twist. Using your left hand, you're going to bring your right knee down. Turn your head, your face towards the right side. Stretch your right hand out and push it down for a nice twist. Again, reminding yourself to release, to let go if you're holding on to any thought, any emotion. Remember, this is your safe space, your yoga mat, to express and to release, to be in this moment. Slowly release your right leg. Bend your left knee to the chest. Use your right hand to bring your left knee to the right side. Left hand stretched out or in cactus. Turn your head to the left. Eyes open or maybe closed. Slow breathing in and slow breathing out. Releasing everything. Feeling lighter and relaxed. Come back to the center and move into Shavasana. Keeping your hands apart, legs apart, eyes closed. Neck nice and long. Shoulders completely relaxed. Take a breath in through your nose and slowly breathe out through your mouth, making the ha sound. 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale with your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Continue breathing in and out through your nose, through your nostrils. Let your breath become long, relaxed. With every exhalation, let each and every part of the body relax. As you softly exhale, let every cell in the body relax. Let every cell in the body release any tension, any toxins. And as the body is relaxing, the breath is relaxing furthermore. The mind is letting go of all the thoughts and moving towards a state of relaxation. This is the time we recharge ourselves. To make a great start to the day. And if you're practicing this in the evening, to have a nice, relaxed evening. Now slowly, gently, start to move your fingers, your toes. Tilt your head side to side. Take your hands to the back, give yourself a nice stretch. Bend your knees and turn to your right side, or maybe left if you prefer that. Come up and sit down comfortably. Take a moment to reflect on your practice and how you feel right now. We will end this practice with 3 rounds of Brahmari Pranayam. Close your ears with the thumb and gently place your fingers over your eyes. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we'll make the humming sound like a bee from the throat. Breathe in. Once you're done, bring your hands together and gently start rubbing. Place it over your eyes, over your face. Bowing your head down in gratitude. May you have a great day, a great time. May you always be healthy. Gently open your eyes. I thank you all for practicing with me. Stay healthy and stay happy. Namaste.